Not all XP is created equal. I'm about to give you my best tips I can offer you right now while the double XP event is still live. It got extended an additional day, so take advantage of these tips right now. And also, when the double XP ends, these tips will still be useful to help you get the best out of the time that you spend inside Black Ops, hopefully in time to be able to have your weapons ready for the Warzone integration on November 14th. If you're looking to get the most out of your time in XP, up first is the Faceoff Mosh Pit playlist. This playlist features 4 maps, all small with very, very engaging combat. This is going to be your fastest XP that you can get inside of the game because you're always going to be in a fight. But if you're a hardcore fan, you also have a hardcore option of this too. All you got to do is go to your hardcore option, turn on Hardcore Faceoff Mosh Pit, and there you go. Send it. You can't do this in the core side, though, so you do need to pick specifically the face-off playlist on the core side. Otherwise, if you just try to select it inside the menus, it's just not there for you. Up next on the list is Camo Challenges. Completing Camo Challenges give you massive XP bonuses, and utilize these inside of the chase for your max levels, and this will also help you level up not just your weapon, but your characters as well through the prestiges. Call of Duty got wise to us, so one of the methods we used to use, Decoys have had their XP removed in the game, so you no longer get them for spamming them early in the game. Now your trick is either A, you can throw smoke in the area. This is especially useful if you're a keyboard and mouse player, as smoke breaks aim assist, so you'll actually be able to fire people straight through the smoke, and they won't be able to fight back if they're not a very good controller player. So look forward to using that as a real good cheese, not only for breaking AA, which did get nerfed this game, but also it does give you smoke assist too for anybody that happens to get taken out around one. Also, another way to do it is the Prox Alarm. Prox Alarm triggers will also net you free XP while you're on your chase to max prestige. Knowing when to cancel your camo grind and to start on the next thing is also hyper important for getting the most out of your levels while prestiging. Getting weapons really close to gold right before getting to gold, especially for the low-level weapons, is extremely useful for jumping up in very early levels after prestiging. Weapons like the XM4, which are available at level 1, the C9, the Marine SP, the PU-21, the SWAT 556, and the LW3A1 Frostline, keeping those for whenever you're later on in the prestiges, so that way you can get early golds and other camos to get you pushed fast through the low levels on your prestiges will go a long way to make sure that you're not stuck at the early levels, especially when you've already used your prestige tokens. While we're talking about prestige and prestige tokens, every time you prestige, you receive a prestige token, which allows you to unlock one thing permanently through the entire grind of all your prestiges. I personally grabbed the wild card for Gunfighter as my first unlock, allowing me to add 3 additional attachments to all of my primaries, meaning I had the most attachments available for every weapon that I was immediately getting to level, helping me faster through the camo grinds I was just talking about. After taking Gunfighter, I then began grabbing all of the latest level weapon unlocks that I could possibly find, so that way I didn't have to wait a long time to get access to them. Things like the Compact 92, the AS Val, and the GPMG7 are also great options for when you're going through your prestige grind to unlock with your tokens, because one, they're already late inside your unlock sections, meaning if you're going to attempt to go through gold, diamond, and further through your camos, having them unlocked and being able to just go ahead and do all of your camos for those certain sections will help you immensely on your level grind. Now that we have some XP tricks out of the way, let's start looking at some of the combat tricks that I can offer you. Now, one of the big things that I have to recommend right now is, despite the fact of the entire game being sold on the idea of Omni Movement, one of your strongest tactics is to aim walk. And while it seems counterproductive to introduce a system that is all about speed and momentum, then to turn around and immediately take the slowest form of walking and aiming, you would be surprised to find out that it is hyper effective. One of the big things that runs into the problem for a lot of people right now is the use of Omni Movement means they're extremely slow on the initial engagement, which is why if you're going to be an Omni Movement god, you need to prioritize adding sprint to fire attachments on your weapons, even more than your ADS attachments. Now, with that, if you choose to take the other route, the Stalker route, where you're ADS walking through all of your corridors, you can actually no longer need either ADS or sprint to fire items, and you're all ready to go. Now, with the game featuring a TTK of somewhere between 190 and 250 milliseconds, with your ADS times of being almost 100 milliseconds, you're guaranteed to lose any fight that you're stuck, caught, being aimed at already before it goes, which is why you'll a lot of times find yourself losing fights before you even realize that you're in them. Taking advantage of the ADS walking movement speed bonuses and already being ADS means that you can remove all of the sprint to fire and ADS time debuffs, and you're immediately inside combat, making you win 9 out of 10 gunfights as long as no one breaks your ankles or your camera. And now, I'm going to teach you how to take advantage of the stats page, because not every gun is going to be built even for all of its attachments. So one of the things that I think a lot of people are underestimating and overestimating simultaneously is the CHF Barrel. The CHF Barrel is one of the barrels that you receive for any of the SMGs, and a lot of times people are failing to utilize it properly. So the CHF Barrel, what it does, it says it increases the headshot multiplier on your weapon while decreasing the accuracy, or I guess you could say technically increasing the recoil of both vertical and horizontal on the weapon. Now, if you take the weapon similar to, let's look at the C9 right now. The C9 is a SMG that features a 31 to the head and then 29 to the rest of the body. So 31 to the head means that to do 100 damage for it, you would have to hit them 4 times. So that's 31, 31, 31. You're at 93 plus 1 to break your 100 mark. If you take that and you put the CHF barrel on it, it goes to 34. 34 is 30, 60, 90 plus 12, meaning this one goes from a 4-shot to a 3-shot to the head. So the C9 does actually benefit from the headshot barrel. But if you go down to a weapon like the Compact, you'll see the Compact actually does 21 to the head. If you take the CHF barrel to that one, it goes to 26. 21 is, of course, be 20, 40, 60, 80 to 100. 26 is 26, 52, 77. So it goes from 5 to 4 shots to down somebody to the head as well. What if we start looking at weapons like the KSV, though? The KSV, when you look at it, it says it is 28 to the head or 33. 28 is going to be, again, what, 5 bullets to kill? 28, 40, 56, 70, 4 bullets to kill. And then CH is the 33. 33, 60, 99, and it's still 4 bullets to kill. So weapons like the KSV do not actually benefit from the CHF barrel, and actually what ends up happening is it makes it a lot harder to control, and it overall doesn't change the values for this one. So looking at the stats that you can get to by hitting right trigger on your controller, or if you're on your PC, you can hit 2 on your keyboard and you'll get the stats. Looking at these stats before you just blindly throwing on anything that says increases damage will go a long way to help you not only win more fights, but have better controllable weapons on the ones that don't actually need it. And of course, you're going to want to know what are some of the best weapons in each of the categories. So if you're going to completely forego the camo grind and you're just looking for the best weapons you can run right now, either to level up for Black Ops itself, or if you're looking to try to prepare for some Cold War level integrations into Warzone, well, I've got that here for you as well. Right now, for Black Ops itself, the best ARs are the XM4, the AK-74, and the Model L. Inside the SMGs, you're looking at the K9, the Tonto, and the PP-19. Shotguns, they're both broken. If you're running into the close quarter fights in the maps sections that I've already showed you, they're both broken. The LMGs all feel pretty good, but the GPMG right now is taking king. If you're dealing with the marksman rifles, the Sarkov is the best as there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. It is the only one to allow for a one-shot headshot while still also maintaining really good movement speed. Sniper rifles right now, if you can land a shot, all of them are amazing, but the SVD is semi-auto, so it's going to be a lot more forgiving, so probably the SVD. Once we get into the Warzone style of things, though, right now I'm expecting out of all the ARs, the AK-74 is going to probably be one of the best to go to. The GPR is going to be your long-range kilo, and then the Model L. I think the XM4 is going to either hit or miss depending on the range modifications that they changed in the game, and the AS Val is probably going to be the king of sniper supports. Inside the SMGs, I really think that the C9 and the PP19 are really going to be the only ones that really do very well. I think the Tonto's slow rate of fire is going to make it so that it's going to kind of fall off a bit, because if you miss any shots, the rate of fire is going to really kill you in the long run. The shotguns, I think, are going to be mostly useless because it is Warzone, and they refuse to make a viable shotgun that isn't either completely broken or just completely useless. Inside of Warzone, I honestly think the XMG is going to be the go-to choice. The PU and the GPMG will both be fine, but I think the XMG, because it's going to be highly controllable, is going to be a monster for the fights. I don't foresee a lot of usage of the marksman rifles unless they make them AR. In the tactical rifle section from Cold War, they used AR ammo instead of sniper ammo, and they were pretty darn good. So if they give these weapons AR ammo, they will be all pretty good. The Sarkov, I think, will still reign supreme, along with the AEK 973. But if they give them sniper ammo, these things are dead in the water, and you should not touch them. If we get one-shot headshots inside of Warzone with these sniper rifles, I'm foreseeing the LR762 being king, and then the LW3A1 being the follow-up. The SVD, I imagine its numbers are going to drop off. It says it's a 306 of the head, meaning that this would be available to be a one-shot headshot inside Warzone, but I'm guessing it's probably not going to do that. If it does, and they follow the effective range, it's 50 meters for a one-shot headshot, and that's going to be absolutely disgusting. Prepare for these snipers to either be the most broken or the most useless things inside of Warzone ever, and I don't see an in-between anywhere. We do know that Treyarch has a tendency to really like their snipers. They released snipers for Cold War to the original Warzone that were all exceptionally broken. The Swiss was absolutely insane. The Pellington and the Tundra, all of them were doing insane. The M82 was a semi-auto sniper rifle that was one-shot headshotting at all ranges, and again, was semi-auto. So they do tend to love their sniper rifles. Prepare for snipers to be doing absolute numbers, meaning you're going to try to probably pair that with the AS Val or the C9. So prepare for a C9 or AS Val sniper support with some of the most painful sniper gameplay you'll have to deal with in a long time. The LR762 is sitting at a 920 bullet velocity, which is already really good for a base. You can throw on top of that probably the high velocity ammo. The overpressured, you're looking at 1058. And then you throw that on top of it with another barrel of 10% bullet velocity, actually 25 on the gain. So you're probably looking at another 1300 bullet velocity sniper that one-shot headshots and does 100 to the body, 204 to the neck, and 306 to the head. So if this comes into the game swinging like it should, this will be your go-to sniper rifle for Warzone. Now, of course, as a warning, all of these numbers could change before the game actually launches, because Warzone has been receiving their own updates, receiving their own numbers, and so these things can push or pull. Obviously, all of the stats are very viable right now for inside of Black Ops, but will not always guarantee they're going to be the same inside of Warzone. One thing to note right now is if the numbers stay the same, these will actually be all mostly useless weapons currently up against the meta that we're seeing inside Warzone, such as the Decoys and the Static. So unless either all of those weapons get nerfed or all the Black Ops weapons get buffed, we're looking at probably a few patches before the Black Ops weapons will start redefining the meta. So you do have more time to still go through and level them, even if you don't get them all done on this weekend. It is until November 14th before the packs actually drop and we see these weapons introduced into Warzone. And then we probably won't see anything further about it until early January, as they're probably going to be going on vacation here soon. So take advantage of the stuff we know and prepare for the stuff we don't. And if you enjoyed all this, feel free to sub to the channel. I'm going to be doing more and more breakdowns as we get closer and closer to Warzone, as we get more information, and as I figure out more and more neat tricks for you inside of Call of Duty Black Ops 6. We'll have all of our camos done here soon, and if you have any questions about how to get any of this stuff done, or you just need some tips or tricks to survive better inside of the game or inside of Warzone itself, let me know. I'm here for you. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, peace.